Today, video cameras are everywhere. We bring you the pictures they've captured. Sometimes it's serious, sometimes it's funny, but it's always real TV. Tourists with a video camera on a plane that's about to crash. A home video camera captures a bizarre and illegal road race. It's a brutal battle in the bull ring. A woman embarks on a lonely mission to sail around the world alone.
Sometimes I want to scream and shout.
And meet the pig who plays piano.
Oh, Doris.
Whatever you do, don't blink. It's time for real TV.
Hi, I'm John Daly, back with your daily dose of great videotape. We begin with a couple and their video camera on a tourist flight in a small biplane. They paid good money for a scenic tour, but they wound up on a flight that nearly killed them. As our Sabila Vargas shows us, the couple managed to laugh throughout the whole ordeal.
There's nothing like the luxury of hiring your own personal plane to take you sightseeing. That's what Steve Stratford thought when he and his wife chartered this plane so they could shoot home video of the beautiful White Mountains of New Hampshire. He expected to capture some gorgeous scenery, but he never expected to see this.
Evidently, the pilot spotted a moose.
That's right, she's just seen a moose. The pilot points to the moose in the wild below as the plane veers to the left to get a closer look. They're going to get a better view, all right, but it's not going to be of a moose. Watch closely. The plane loses altitude and crashes into the tops of the pine trees.
He attempted to bank the plane around to get a look at the moose. And in the process of banking the plane to go over the area where the moose was roaming on the ski slope, we got caught in a downdraft. And the downdraft just literally sucked the plane into the woods.
Let's take that back a few seconds for a slow-mo of the crash. Not only is it amazing that nobody was hurt, it's incredible they find it so funny.
At the risk of sounding like I've got my priorities out of line, you want to grab this, honey?
As the camera continues to roll, Steve jumps out of the plane and hands Maureen the camera. She takes charge while the jokes and the tape continue to roll.
You know,
it's about a $70,000 airplane we just destroyed.
The nose and wings are crushed like a child's balsa wood plane.
No one's going to believe this if we didn't have it on film. Guess what?
But even the sobering sight of the biplane sticking out from the trees doesn't stop the giggles. Perhaps they're just happy to be
At the
alive.
risk of sounding...
Yeah, we'll have to give you your money back, I guess.
Yeah.
The plane was totaled. The couple says they'll never go up in another biplane. Well, the people on this next tape should also consider themselves lucky. It's home video from the land of the rising sun. But when the sun sets, you should see what happens on the streets of Yokohama.
It's 2 a.m. You're on a city street in Yokohama, Japan, watching a race without a finish line. Crowds of people line the curbs to watch a Friday night ritual called drifting. It's illegal and it's dangerous. But that doesn't stop an American naval officer from catching it all on home video. One at a time, they take off. Drive as fast as possible into a sharp turn. The driver then pulls the emergency brake. And the rear wheels lock up as the back of the car swings around. Immediately, the emergency brake is released, and the driver puts the pedal to the metal, causing the rear tires to spin fast enough to allow the car to drift smoothly through the turn. One slip can cause a speeding car to seriously sideswipe a spectator. Two inches closer, and this guy would have been wearing that fender instead of holding it. It doesn't matter. The kids flock to this delinquent display of driver madness. Sometimes drifting can go on until sunrise, or that is, until the cops come to break it up.
And there are specially designed racetracks in Japan where this kind of racing is legal. But racers flock to the streets where there's big prize money to be won. Well, from the challenge of going around the block to the challenge of sailing around the world, we have the video diary of a woman attempting to sail around the world alone. It's a challenge that would make even the bravest adventurer give up in anguish. But not this woman. Here's our correspondent, John Johnston, with the tape.
It's a trip around the world, and it begins here in Dartmouth, England.
How long did I say it was going to take me?
Meet Lisa Clayton. She's a sailor on a mission, and if she makes it, she'll go into the record books as the first woman to sail the world, non-stop and alone.
So as you can see up here at the wheel, I've got everything that I need to help me get around the world. It's really quite easy these days.
Lisa is sailing a boat like this one. It's 35 feet long, and as you can see, there is not a whole lot of room to roam. To make things even more crowded, Lisa's got a half a ton of food on board with her. The rules say she cannot resupply once she sets sail. Lisa's also carrying along with her a video camera to document her voyage. She uses it up here on the deck and down in the cabin below. The tape shows Lisa has both her good days and her bad.
Well, it's not a good day for sailing, but it's not a bad day for washing. But water's at a premium on the boat. So, having done the washing, I'm now going to use that not so clean water to clean the steering gear.
It takes Lisa 38 days to sail the first 4,000 miles to the equator. Then she heads for Africa's Cape of Good Hope. The winds have been light all the way.
I was so sure today the wind was going to come, but I've just seen the sunrise, and I can already tell there's going to be no wind again today. Doldrums is so apt. That's exactly how I feel.
Then the wind picks up, and so does Lisa's mood.
After all that hard work, I can stand here today and think, just for this one day alone, it's all been worth it. I've got the wind in my hair, the sun's dappling on the sea, and the dolphins are here to keep me company. What a wonderful day to have a sail.
Now it's been 80 days, and Lisa's just passing Africa's Cape of Good Hope. This has been the easy part. The next leg will take her through what sailors call the Southern Ocean and into the treacherous waters off South America's Cape Horn. Hurricane-force winds and 100-foot waves are not uncommon. Lisa is in rough seas and not doing well.
What about 20 minutes ago? Well, about 20 minutes ago, I went on deck to try and get a better course from the boat. I was just going to sheet this storm tube flat. When I got on deck, there was all hell let loose, and I could see one of the sails was in the water. The next thing I knew, I was just in the sea, and I just don't know how I got back. I guess it yanked me back. I just felt myself.
Lisa capsizes 7 times, but somehow manages to stay on board and afloat. She rides out the storm and in the morning declares victory over it.
Well, I feel really, really great today. I had some fantastic sleep last night, and I guess I was more tired than I thought I was. So I've woken up today feeling full of life, had a very productive morning on the boat. In fact, it was a lovely morning this morning. The sun was out, just 25 knots of wind. So I think the rest of the day just do potter jobs, might even do things like cut my hair, or perhaps just the fringe at the moment. It's getting a bit long.
It's day 181. Lisa's just rounded South America's Cape Horn. She's been alone for 6 months, and the strain is taking its toll.
It's depressing. I try to keep myself busy, but it's not easy. And right now it makes you a bit tearful. Sometimes I want to scream and shout. And then others, I'm fine if I'm busy, but I can't be busy 24 hours a day.
Eventually, the wind picks up again, and Lisa races north to England, to home, and into the record books. It's taken 10 months, but she's back in Dartmouth, and the crowd loves to have her home.
What do you think of the welcome?
Isn't it just incredible? I can't believe it. I've just not seen anybody for 9 or 10 months, and then now to see so many people and such a welcome home, it's brilliant.
Lisa says it was a fantastic voyage, but it was also wonderful to be home.
One of the wonderful things about coming back is it makes you realize the things that you haven't appreciated whilst you've been here, and you forget whilst you're away.
Lisa's voyage around the world covered 31,000 miles. At one point, Lisa's diesel generator broke down, and she had to use her pearl necklace to replace the generator's ball bearings. We'll be right back.
Still ahead, they call this a sport? The matador and the horse who got in the bull's way. Plus, who in their right mind would take a bicycle down this hill? Later, the human Spider-Man's surprise stunt. If it's real and it's on tape, it's on real TV. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. You're about to see videotape of one of the most controversial activities in the world. We're talking about bullfighting. Some call it sport, but others call it brutality. And this tape shows why. If you're watching with very young kids, you may want them to leave the room for a moment.